Today, we will visit the centuries-old University of Santo Tomas and we will give you an insight on one of its currently operating centers, which caters the needs not only of the Tomasian community, but the business arena in its entirety as well. Welcome to the UST-AMV College of Accountancy In-House Accounting Center.
Well, for me, a system should be a group of interrelated functions. No? Basically, that's my basic concept of a system. From the way how employees work, to the way how the processes are being made, and how is it related to both the manual and the computerized systems of the accountancy center. So dapat interrelated siya. Na there should be no broken link from the initiation up to the finish or to the conclusion of the transaction. Well, information system for me should be first that the reports, the information system should be capable of producing reliable reports for the accountancy center. Kailangan dapat yung like for example this one, yung computers namin dapat they're properly maintained. Dapat they should be capable of producing high quality reports to the clients kung ano yung talagang gusto ng client. Even exceeding to that, yung value added services dapat ma-provide. And then especially yung another aspect of the information system should be the communication. Dapat through the issuance of memos, through telephone communication, through day-to-day oral and written communication. So dapat yung policies and procedures of the accountancy center as well as yung day-to-day communication between the staff and the supervisors and eventually the directors should be properly disseminated. Dapat walang, at least ma-mitigate natin yung potential or risk for misunderstanding.
The customer inquires for the services of the center. Once he has fully decided to contract for its services, the center then prepares a contract for the engagement. Soon enough, the service contracted will be delivered, and soon as the service has been completed, the center bills now the client. For each of these steps, an entry would be made to the transaction log reflecting the status of the service. When payment is received, a letter confirming payment will be sent to the customer. Likewise, payment received is remitted to the Office of the Vice Rector for Finance for other procedures. For bills payment, it is relatively much simpler. Since currently, only rent is considered as a legitimate expense incurred periodically by the center, such expense is reflected in this cycle. The Office for the Vice Rector for Finance bills the center by sending a billing statement reflecting the rent expense, which includes billings for utilities. Once the center receives such statement, it then prepares for the cash disbursement, which will be paid to the Office of the Vice Rector for Finance. For out-of-pocket costs, or those which are incurred while delivering services, soon as additional costs are incurred, it will be incorporated to the amount of fees to be required from the client, unless it is material, in which case, it will be billed separately. Each transaction or step in this cycle is likewise entered into the transaction log to reflect status of the service. A summary of the expenses entered into the transaction log are summarized in an expense summary. Currently, only the sitting director and one supervisor are maintained as official employees of the center. Students working for it are considered on-the-job trainees only and are periodically changed. The sitting director and/or the supervisor receives only commission from each engagement performed by the center. Once the center bills the client, a particular commission arrangement will be set, and then once payment is received, the commission due to the employee is disbursed. The center currently does not adopt a formal accounting process, which ultimately means that even journal entries are not provided. Once a transaction has been entered into, it will be posted into the respective transaction logs. The center maintains separate transaction logs, or ledgers, for each of its clients. A summary of the transactions shall be presented as a summary report, and such reports is forwarded to the UST Accounting Office for further accounting process.